What's up, guys? Travis here with Lucky Tackle Box. Today, we're breaking down Outcast's brand new wobble head. This is the upgrade of their fixed original jig head, except for now, you can rig it weedless and it's got more action out of it. So guys, this is gonna be a great technique for you to cover water in the fall and catch some great fish. All right, guys, if I get a fish on this cast, you better pause that video, put a thumbs up right now. Watch this, here we go, come on. This is a nice little corner. Got activity, we got birds, we got bait in here. Oh yeah, and we got fish. Yes, there we go. We've got some activity. Guys, let's break down this new little wobble head. Rigging, retrieval, and location, starting with rigging. All right, guys, when breaking down the rigging, first let's talk about this head. This is the Troy Morrow designed, patented crawfish tail head. And what this is it actually, as you're retrieving this bait, this head is digging into the rock. So as it's bouncing around down there, it's really giving this bait a lot of action, kicking up dust, but also it's searching. And what searching means is this bait, as it's bouncing around, it has to go side to side to get around things as you're dragging it, and that searching or erratic motion really triggers these strikes. Now, Generation 1 401 crawl actually had a fixed hook on it, but now they've added in this little snap lock, so you can actually put your own hook on here. This does two things. It actually gives that hook a swinging action, so it gives the bait even more action, but also now you can rig that bait weedless. So if you use a 3/0, Mustad's 3/0 or 4/0 wide gap grip pin worm hook, you're gonna be able to rig up either a creature bait or a craw style bait. Now, both are gonna work. You really can use both anytime, but I tend to go with a more of a creature style bait when I'm on smaller gravel or sand or things like that, which I want as many appendages moving, as much action as I can get out of that bait. Now, when I'm fishing bigger boulders or rocks, I usually go to a more slender bait, and what happens is, as that bait's coming over these rocks, as it comes back down the other side, it's more that slender profile, it scurries back down, and I get more of this big kicking action. It looks like some kind of bait fish or something darting in and out of those rocks, especially in murky water, to get these fish really honed in. All right, guys, a couple things to retrieving. What I want to do is I want to make long casts. This thing, 5/8 ounce, you can huck this thing a mile. That's what's really nice about covering water. Let this bait sink to the bottom, and with that rod tip down, I want really just to retrieve fast enough that I can feel this bait bouncing along the bottom. I always want to feel it bounce. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Holy cow. That fish, we're bouncing along the bottom, and all of a sudden, I felt it's going tick, 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 and then a nice hard hit, and then just weight. It feels like you just almost snagged like a little sandwich bag or something like that, because it's just dead weight on there. And what's happening is, as you're retrieving this thing, as long as you're feeling that bait bump along the bottom, you know that bait is searching around down there. It's bouncing over there, it's kicking up dirt, it's attracting these fish, and it's moving around all crazy. These fish don't have time to think about actually what it is. They just think it's something trying to get away from them, and they come in hot. Now I'm gonna fish about the 1 to 5 foot water depth with this. So as I'm fishing these different depths, I really wanna change my retrieve, speed it up, slow it down, and figure out what these fish are responding to. So that's why I like about a medium to high speed reel. So when I want to retrieve fast, I can. When I want to slow it down, I can definitely do that also. If I'm fishing sand or kind of small pebbles or gravel, I'm going to keep that rod tip low. I really want this bait to dig in there as much as possible, really dig up that dirt or whatever it is, create that commotion. And the more it's digging in, the more that bait's going to search side to side and really entice those bass. Now, if I'm fishing bigger rocks, some big old boulders, or stuff that's really gonna snag up a lot, anything that's got rocks about that big or larger, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift that rod tip up instead. So instead of that rod tip low, I'm gonna lift the rod tip up, And what that's gonna do is that's gonna make that bait not fall between some of those rocks as easily. It's actually gonna be digging in, but coming up and over instead of side and falling into the crevices and things like that. So definitely something you want to, you know, focus on and change your retrieve as you hit different conditions. There we go, I'm on. Oh. There we go. Oh! All right, guys, last thing you want to think about is where these fish are going to be located. Now, when it comes to fall, fish are going to school up and because they're chasing shad. So you think of it as, there we go. Now, what happens is you've got to keep making lots of casts until you find an area that's holding active bass. Because there's gonna be, in the fall, there's gonna be a lot of dead water, meaning there's not gonna be fish there. Because the areas where there is bait, there's gonna be a lot of fish. That's where most of the fish are gonna be. So if you think about it as, if you take a map of a lake and you put little areas, right? You put little circles, a handful of places around the lake. Think of it that way. That's where the majority of the fish are gonna be, in those little areas. So to find those, you gotta be able to cover as much water as you can effectively. And that's where this 401 wobblehead really comes into play. You can really feel out the bottom, move the water quick because you're really reeling fast. That bait will stay down there. And as you cover that water, you'll finally find some active fish. Once you find those active fish, then you can slow down. With this bait can really slow down and still work effectively to catch multiple fish out of a certain area. The great thing about the new 401 wobblehead is that you can put your own hook so you can fish this thing weedless. That is key to really getting in that nasty cover, because that's really where these fish are gonna be, and that's where you want this banging around. The other thing is, that's why you're gonna use some heavy line. I don't mess around. I'm using 20-pound Seaguar Tatsu fluorocarbon because I wanna have ultimate sensitivity. There's no stretch in this, but also, I need that heavy line so I can fish around this nasty stuff. I'm fraying this line up, I'm banging on rocks and everything, and when it comes time to really set that hook, I wanna make sure that there's still some strength left in that line. I know there's fish in the area. We've just got a couple bites. So there's actually, these pillars actually lay down this way. So I know there is fish in this area. If there's fish in this area, they're gonna be right on this spot. But I need something that is weedless. That's why this bait's perfect, because I can come through here, bang around down there, get a nice fish. There we go. There we go. How do you like that? That is why you want to get the brand new 401 Outcast Tackle Wobble Head by Troy Morrow. I knew there's fish there because I know there's fish in the area. So if there's fish in this area, then I know there's gonna be one on this structure that I've caught fish in the past. But I'm always snagging up. If I have an open hook, I'm not gonna get out of there. I'm gonna snag before I end up getting a bit. But because I was able to come in there on a weedless bait, I was able to get bit. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh yeah, oh, that might have been underneath a log or something, or that's a big fish. Oh, that might be a big one. That might be a real big one. Wow, I thought I had a log. Then when I looked up there, nice, nice, nice. Oh, that is a nice, healthy fish. Holy cow, look at that. And you guys, if you can see out there where I got that fish, that is open water. We're covering water because these fish are chasing bait right now, so they're not necessarily gonna be completely on some structure and stuff. You might have to fan cast and find where these fish are located, but that's a nice, healthy fall bass. Nothing wrong with that. And you guys, it's all about covering water. I'm gonna say this all the time in the fall. When you're fishing for fall fish, trying to locate those wads of fish, you gotta use something you cover water quickly with. And that's where the 401 Wobblehead from Outcast Tackle comes in, because you can really cast it out. It's a heavier weight. You can really get the action. You can trigger these strikes when retrieving it quickly and covering water. But then once you catch a fish, you can slow that retrieve down and still fish it effectively and get some nice results. Guys, I'm Travis with Lucky Tackle Box. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can see all our videos. Also, hit the thumbs up button and check the description box for any links to the tackle or swag that we used in this video. Peace.
Richard, get it.
Get it. Richard, we're gonna get it. Get it, get it. Look at it. Oh, there we go. We got it. Oh, is he gonna commit? There he is. Oh, yeah. Yes. There we go. That's a nice, ooh, that's got a good head to it, baby. Facebook Live. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's actually, it's getting bigger as it's getting closer, man. Holy cow, watch. Are you kidding me, dude? Holy cow. How is that to finish off the day? You guys that are watching live, there's a sneak peek. See that little jig head right there? That's coming, that's brand new. You cannot buy that if you wanted to right now. And LTB box subscribers, you're getting it in your box this month, and it's gonna be released at Tackle Warehouse later in the month. Dude, how do you like that fish? That's a fat fall bass right there. Holy cow. Thank you for cooperating, man. You make me look like I know what I'm doing out here.